We shall commence this module by studying importance of structure in strategy implementation. Organizational structure is core variable for the implementation of strategy. Without appropriate structure, strategy does not work properly, and if strategy does not work in desired way, then organization will gradually lead towards its doom. An incompatible structure can become liability for an organization instead of asset. Hence, for organization to work effectively and efficiently, there should be proper fit between strategy and structure. There are two parts of organizational structure. First part is suprastructure, which is more obvious and is based on differentiation and grouping of activities into various departments and is shown in organization's chart. Second part is infrastructure, which is not obvious and is present in form of authority, responsibility, relation, information system and communication channel. Structure should be compatible with strategy for successful implementation of strategy. If structure is not compatible with strategy, then it may ultimately lead to collapse of organization in the following way. Hence, it is very important to strike a match between structure and strategy in order to prevent downfall of the organization. After studying this module, you shall be able to know about the importance of structure in strategy implementation, understand the interrelationship of structure and strategy, know how structure evolves in different stages of organization development. Let us now discuss about interrelationship between strategy and structure. Incompatibility between strategy and structure is serious issue and it should be resolved as soon as possible. There are three approaches to solve this compatibility issue and these are as follows. First, changes can be made in structure to make it compatible with strategy. Second, changes can be made in strategy to make it compatible with structure. Third, strategy and structure can be modified simultaneously to make both of them compatible with each other. These approaches are discussed hereunder. First, structure follows strategy. Alfred D. Chandler in his book Strategy and Structure, published in year 1962, recommended that structure follows strategy. That is, any change in strategy is followed by appropriate changes in structure. Chandler's recommendation was based on his research. This recommendation is in tandem with forward link of strategy implementation. Chandler observed that as organization expand and diversify, the traditional organization structure become redundant. Instead of supporting organization strategy, it rather creates hindrances in successful implementation of strategy. As a consequence, organization effectiveness and efficiencies reduce, which led to downfall of the organization. To overcome such situation, organization must evolve their structure to make it compatible with present strategy. Diagrammatically, this can be shown as follows. As per this diagram, there is old structure which is compatible with the old strategy. However, due to change in environment and circumstances, old strategy is given up and new strategy is made. With a change in strategy, old structure become incompatible with new strategy and there is need to bring desired changes in structure to make it compatible with new strategy. Desired changes are made in structure and as a consequence, old structure is replaced by new structure. This new structure is compatible with new strategy and thus once again reinstating the effectiveness and efficiency of the organization. Second, strategy follows structure. This approach is placed just opposite to approach. This approach advocates that strategy shall be formulated in way that is compatible with present structure of the organization. Thus, in this approach, it is structure which determine the type of strategy to be adopted by the organization. This approach emphasized that structure is not dependent variable and it can influence the process of strategy formulation through perception and strategic choices. This approach is based on backward link of strategy implementation and diagrammatically shown as follows. In a diagram, it is shown first there was an old strategy which is in place with given structure. However, due to change in environment and circumstances over time, old strategy become redundant and new strategy is required to be formulated. While formulating new strategy, problems that had occurred during interaction of old strategy with existing structure are recognized, and these problems together with environment and circumstances changes become basis for strategic choice. New strategy is formulated with the help of strategic choice and is formulated in manner so as to be compatible with existing structure and address environment and circumstance changes in an appropriate way. Next is strategy and structure are intervened and be addressed simultaneously. This approach is based on McKinsey 7S framework. McKinsey 7S framework is not a model of strategy formulation and implementation, but it is a tool for increasing organization effectiveness. This is multivariate model and it identifies 7 variables which needs to be addressed simultaneously for bringing in any desired change in organization or improving organization effectiveness. The 7 variables of this model are interconnected together and each of them cannot be considered in isolation. This model is diagrammatically shown as follows. This model emphasizes that organization effectiveness does not depend merely upon strategy but on entire networks of 7 factors. These 7 factors are interconnected among themselves and work in an integrated and comprehensive manner to achieve organizational goals. These 7 elements are classified into 2 categories, that is hard elements and soft elements. The division is as follows. Hard elements consist of strategy, structure and system. Soft elements on the other hand consist of shared values, skills, staff and style. Hard elements are tangible and thus easily identifiable. As they are easily identifiable, it can be changed systematically. However, conversely, soft elements are intangible and thus not easily identifiable. As they are not easily identifiable, changing these elements pose problem to organization. As organization effectiveness is outcome of the complex and interconnected network of these 7 factors, any desired change can only be implemented if all these 7 factors are addressed altogether. Although shared values assumed central place and is of utmost important and other factors are also important, these 7 factors are discussed as follows. First, shared values. It is of primary importance and assumed central importance in the interconnected network of 7 factors. Shared values are core values of the organization which is agreed and adopted by top level management and is embraced by lower level management and other employees of the organization. These values are even important than organizational formal objective, and in long run organization shared values become one of its distinctiveness. Organization culture is built upon shared values and these values should never be compromised to achieve short-term goals. These values serve as significant motivational force in the organization. Second, strategy. Strategy are strategic plans framed by organization to nurture and maintain distinctive competitiveness over the competitor so as to gain competitive advantage in the market, thereby achieving its objective effectively and efficiently. Third, structure. Structure refers to systematic and formal organization of activities in an organization. Fourth, system. It refers to rules, regulations and procedures both in formal and informal way through which activities are performed in an organization, and it complement structure. Without system, structure cannot subsist. For this reason, structure is referred as suprastructure and system is referred as infrastructure. Fifth, skills. It refers to distinctive competencies developed within an organization. These distinctive competencies help in achieving competitive advantage for an organization in the market. Sixth, staff. It refers to process of recruitment of new people and their training and development under the supervision of senior manager so as to effectively cater them within organization. It also includes skill development program of existing employees. Seventh, style. It refers to leadership style of top management. Style can be inferred from pattern which might be developed among members of organization while making decision. Successful implementation of strategy requires proper coordination and alignment among all these 7 factors. It usually happens that while implementing strategy, top management tend to ignore soft elements. This jaffe on part of top management leads to ineffective implementation of strategy, due to which organization is not able to achieve its desired objectives. Thus, both soft and hard elements of this network should be aligned and coordinated so as to achieve desired outcomes. Next, moving on to evolution of structure in different stages of organization development. An organization cannot work successfully throughout its life with one unique structure. As organization expands, there arises need for change in structure. Thus, structure changes with change in organization scale of activities. At every stage of organization growth, different kind of structure is required. Diagrammatic representation of evolution of structure needed at different stages of organizational development is as follows. First, entrepreneur structure. At initial stage, when organization is operating at small scale, there is no formal structure. Entrepreneur dominates organization and controls and manages all significant activities in an organization. As there is no formal structure, it can be adapted to all situations and is extremely flexible and dynamic. However, the major limitation of this structure is the limited capabilities due to complete dependence on entrepreneur. Second, functional structure. As organizations grow, it becomes difficult for entrepreneur to manage organizations solely. Due to expanding scale of operations, there arises need for specialists to manage specialized activities. Organization starts internalizing different functions and each function is managed and controlled by experts of that function. Formalization of structure starts from this stage. Organization is still controlled centrally with responsibility for management and control of different functions is assigned to functional managers. Diagrammatically, functional structure can be shown as follows. Third, divisional structure. When organization expands its business into multi-products, then it becomes extremely difficult for organization to manage organization with functional structure. Divisional structure is appropriate for multi-product organization. Divisional structure shares similarities with functional structure, but with a difference that now business is primarily divided into different products divisions and each product division is managed through functional based structure. Divisionally structured organization is also centralized organization with the responsibility of product division assigned to product division managers. Diagrammatically, functional structure can be shown as follows. Fourth, strategic business unit. When a multi-product organization expands tremendously in scale of its operation, it becomes increasingly difficult to centrally manage and control the organization. Hence, decentralization occurs at this stage of development when division managers start working independently. At this stage, division managers do not work under supervision of top management and are solely in charge of their division. At this stage of development, division attain the status of strategic business unit with following characteristics. First, unique mission, external market focus, control of its business function. The basic tenet of this kind of structure is to decentralize on the basis of strategic features rather than on any other basis such as functions, products, size, area, etc. Fifth, matrix structure. This form of structure is suitable for very large scale multi-product organization operating in uncertain and complex environment. As multi-product organization scale of operation become heavily voluminous and complex, division managers need expert advice for managing their respective functional area. Hence, this kind of structure incorporates the elements of both functional and divisional organization. Thus, this structure provides stability due to presence of functional structure and flexibility due to presence of divisional structure. Matrix structure is highly tactical in tackling with complex and uncertain environment. Diagrammatically, functional structure can be shown as follows. Thus, an organization expands from small firm to conglomerate diversification. Structure should also evolve from entrepreneurship to matrix structure. Hence, structure should be in tandem with organization scale of operations, and if structure is not changed so as to accommodate organization's growth, scale of operations and increasing complexities, then organization effectiveness would reduce substantially, ultimately resulting in collapse of organization. Let us now recapitulate what we have learned so far. This module discusses the importance of structure in successful implementation of strategy. If structure is not compatible with strategy, then it reduces the organization effectiveness. Due to decreased organization effectiveness, inefficiencies in the organization increases, which result in losses, ultimately leading to collapse of the organization. As structure should be compatible with strategy, there are three approaches to maintain compatibility between structure and strategy. These three approaches are: first, structure follows strategy; second, strategy follows structure; third, strategy and structure are intervened and be addressed simultaneously. Alfred D. Chandler, on the basis of his research, concluded that structure follows strategy. Chandler observed that as organization expands, existing structure became inefficient to address new problems and complexities. Hence, existing structure must be changed so as to cope up with new situation and challenges. On the other extreme, there is another approach which suggests that strategy follows structure. This approach suggests that an organization should learn from its past experience of implementation of strategy and change strategy so as to suitably address the present challenges and opportunities and be compatible with existing structure. The last approach suggests that organization effectiveness depends upon the interconnected network of 7 factors, that is strategy, structure, system, shared values, skills, staff and style, and is based on McKinsey's 7S framework. As per this approach, all these factors are interconnected and organization effectiveness is outcome of coordinated interconnection of all these factors. Thus, all these factors should be simultaneously addressed to increase organization effectiveness. Lastly, evolution of organization structure is discussed during organization development. As organization expands from small firm to conglomerate diversification, structure also evolved from entrepreneurship to matrix organization. Organization structure evolved as follows. First, entrepreneur structure. There is no formal structure. An entrepreneur dominates all activities of an organization. Second, functional structure. In this structure, organization is primarily divided on the basis of various specialized functions. Functional manager heads each function. However, all functional managers are under general supervision of top management. Third, divisional structure. In this structure, organization is primarily divided on the basis of various products division. Each division is headed by division manager and is further subdivided on the basis of functions. In this structure also, all divisional managers work under general supervision of top management. Fourth, strategic business unit. This is also based on divisional structure, but with the difference that division managers become autonomous and not work under the supervision of top management. Each division has its own set of mission and objectives, and they formulate their own plans and strategies to accomplish their mission and objectives. Fifth, matrix structure. The structure is suitable for largely diversified conglomerates operating in highly uncertain environment. This structure shares the features of both functional and divisional structure, and employees work under the supervision of both divisional and functional manager. Thank you.